Hey everybody, this is Matthew with Forging Your Legend, where we help people turn their toughest battles into their greatest legends. Today I want to talk to you about how people view their progress. It is so tricky to see your own journey objectively and accurately, but people get into some common pitfalls with this. One of them is just the idea that it's supposed to just be smooth and normal, like here's the line of progress, when in reality it's like, up and down and all around, and there's a lot of craziness that goes into it, and you're going to have good days and bad days, and you're going to loop back and you're going to jump forward. That's all okay. That's all normal. But the thing I'm more interested in talking about today is the fact that people often look at their journey and they think that just because they can't see a bunch of visible, objective, forward progress, that means none has been made, and they start to lose heart. I see this a lot with clients. It's pretty common, and I just want to explain why that just isn't the issue people think it is. One example, one metaphor you can use is if you plant a seed, that seed is not going to come up right away. It doesn't matter how much you worry. It doesn't matter how much you water it. It doesn't matter what kind of soil it's in. That seed is going to take time to come up because first it's got to break out of its seed pod. It's got to put some roots down, and then it can start to shoot up out of the soil. But it's not going to happen right away. Different seeds will have different time periods that they're going to need. Some seeds could be really quick, almost overnight. Some seeds might take a lot longer. But it takes time regardless. Now here's another metaphor that I used with a client recently. Let's pretend that you're in a city like 1,000 years ago when we were still using horses and caravans for transportation. You're going across a desert from one city to another, and your first objective example of progress would be getting past the city wall and getting outside onto your journey. A lot of people would look at that and say, well, if you haven't gone past the city wall, your journey hasn't begun. And in a certain way of speaking, maybe that's true in the very literal physical sense, but if you're in this era where you're crossing a desert, you're going to have to prepare a lot of supplies. You're going to have to prepare a team of people to go with you. You're going to have to know where you're going and how long it's going to take to get there and what it's going to involve. So there's a lot of preparation that's going to go into that before you ever set foot outside the city. And so just because you're not outside the city wall doesn't mean you haven't done anything yet. And once you get going, there's going to be a point where you stop again. You're not going to just go all day and all night. Maybe you're going to stop at an oasis for a few days. And to some people, that could look like not moving forward. But resting is part of it. Taking time to consider what you're doing and re-examine your process, that's part of it. Sometimes you need to pause. Doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Eventually, you get to where you're going. But I just want you to know that progress looks different for different people at different phases with different journeys. That's not a bad thing. It's normal. And the more you embrace that fact, do the best you can and let go of what you can't control, you're going to do much better on this journey. And the other thing to remember is that sometimes your perception of things is really just distorted, and you actually have made objective changes that you just don't see yet. That's where it can be helpful to have other people who can hold up a mirror to your process, lovingly but firmly, and show you where you might be going wrong, either in how you're seeing it, or maybe there are some things that you can adjust that would help you move along faster that you might be missing. So, keep the faith. You're doing a great job. Keep going and you'll get there. Blessings on your journey. Now, if you found this helpful, you can hit like, share, follow, subscribe, leave me a comment, ask a question, and if you want to find out more, go to forgingyourlegend.com. Thanks so much and make it an amazing day.